Hey guys, this is Charl here from worshipguitarskills.com, and our aim here at this channel is to help worship guitarists improve their skills so that they can maximize their God-given talents and ability and really grow as a worship guitarist. So if you're a worship guitarist, definitely consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification, and then you'll get updates whenever we release new videos just like this one. Alright, so let's get to today's lesson, which is all going to be about sus chords. Now, in some of the previous videos, we looked at triads. A triad, essentially, as the name suggests, it's a chord consisting of just 3 notes. Very, very basic, right? So when you play a triad, literally just 3 notes. So if you see chords on a chart that might say G, D, E minor, C, all those chords are triads, all right? Now, a different type of chord that you probably come across quite a lot in your playing will be sus chords, all right? Now, a sus chord is short for suspended, right? So let me give you a quick introduction around what suspended chords are, and then we'll look at the 2 most common suspended chords, which will be a sus2 and a sus4. So the first thing to really understand is when you play a triad, the 3 notes within a triad, we call that the 1, 3, and the 5, right? So if I have a C major scale like this, and I take the first note, the third note, and the 5th note, that makes up what we call a C major chord, right? Now, the 3rd is the note that basically determines whether that chord is a major or a minor. So let me show you what I mean with that. If we do the 1st, 3rd, and 5th notes in the key of A, it will be A, C sharp, and E. 1, 3, 5. So the 3 is a C sharp, which means if I play this, it's an A major chord. But if I flatten that 3rd, meaning I play it 1 fret down, it becomes a minor chord. Alright, let me show this to you in a way that might make more sense. If you look at an A major chord like this, that note there is my 3rd. And if I take that down 1 fret, then I get what's known as an A minor. The same with an E major chord. That note there is a G sharp, it's my 3rd. 1 fret lower, it becomes E minor. Same with D minor. That note there is my 3rd note, which is F sharp. For D major, yeah, it becomes D minor. Alright, so what's the takeaway of what I've just shown you? The 3rd within a chord gives it its quality, whether it's a major chord or a minor chord. Okay, if you flatten that 3rd, it becomes a minor chord. If it's just a standard 3rd, it's a major chord. Alright, so that's very important, because if I just play the note G, for example, that's not a chord, it's just a G note. But if I play G and D together, that's what we call a power chord. It's 1 and 5. It's neither major nor minor. But if I add in the B note, it becomes G major, or if I flatten that B to B flat, then it becomes G minor. So there you go, that's your takeaway. The 3rd determines whether it's a major chord or a minor chord. So how does sus chords feature with all this? Well, a sus chord happens when I suspend that 3rd. So for example, let's look at a simple D chord. That's my 3rd. If I go here, that's a D sus4, because my scale 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm replacing the 3rd 1, 2, 3 with the 4th note 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's a sus4. Here's a G sus4. So you might hear that sus4 wants to go back to the third. All right. If I suspend the third note, which is 1, 2, 3, if I suspend that third note with the second note, then I get a sus2. Major, D major, right? D sus4 and D sus2 and a normal D major. All right, that in essence is a short look into what a sus chord is and how they work. Now you'll get them in worship music a lot, and when we play electric we hardly ever play these full chords. Instead we will play, for example, C to C sus2 to C sus4 to C major. Alright, or we can do C, C sus2, C sus4 to C. Alright, so that's very important to understand the concept of triads. We'll link to that in the description. We'll link to a video where we covered the triads in detail. So what you got to do now is look at your major triads, and then you can see when I play this triad over here, that's a C major triad, all right? But my third is the middle note. So then this will be C sus2, that'll be C sus4, back to C major. When I play the next shape of a C major triad, my third is the lowest note. So that's a C major, C sus2, C sus4, and C major. When I play this version of a C chord, my third is on top. So this is C major, C sus2, C sus4, C major. Alright, so that means my major note is in the middle here, which I can make sus2, sus4 back to major. Here my major note is the lowest note, sus2, sus4, sus2. Here it's the highest note, C major, C sus2, C sus4, and C. Alright, check that out. That is pretty handy because you can see what you can do with it when you learn to play over a progression and embellishing it with your sus2 and your sus4. That's one way in which you can use it, which I'm about to show you with a track. And another way, of course, to use it is when the chart or the chords physically say play a C sus2 or a C sus4. Then you can play that. Or in other instances, you can actually just choose to embellish what you are playing by adding in these tones, the second and the fourth, because they can create some very cool textures depending on the context. All right, so let me play two examples for you right now using these sus4 and sus2 chord shapes. Alright, so this video is getting a little bit long, but I want to show you something cool. This, of course, was C major, and this is C sus2, right? But check this out. This is G major. This is G major sus4. Not G major sus4, just G sus4, sorry. So we've got C major to C sus2. We've got G major to G sus4. Can you see what's happening there? C sus2 and G sus4 is actually the exact same chord. Here we had F sus2, because this is F, to F sus2, and here we have C to C sus4. So C sus4 and F sus2 exactly the same notes, and C sus2 and G sus4 also exactly the same notes. We can dig deeper into that in a later video, but if you want to get more insights around these kind of intricacies of the fretboard, this is the exact stuff that we go deeper in with our Worship Guitar Skills Club. If you're interested in getting an invitation to join the club, you can check the link in the description. All right, let's end off this video with one more example, exactly the same chord progression that we've just done, but I'm going to play a lead idea around the third, the sus2, and the sus4. Here we go. All right, there you go. That's a quick look into sus chords. Again, if you want to dig deeper into the suspended chords and triads with a bunch of extra bonuses, check out the Worship Guitar Skills Club, where we do exactly that. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Let us know what your favorite part was. If you have any questions, you can put that in the comments as well. And remember to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit that bell icon, because then you'll get notifications whenever we drop new videos just like this one. All right, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.